Hello YouTube. So right now with this live stream or whatever, this is just an update or a sneak peek as to what my next video will be and what I am working on. So I will probably be doing this, I'll try and do it as much as possible, probably around 3:30ish. Um, and so when you watch these, you know what I'm going to be doing, and that way you have a little bit more fun. I'm not one of those people that posts every 2 months. You get to see a lot of what I'm doing, and I get to take you through the process. And also, it is because you, the viewers, and can tell me, give me ideas on what to do, um, give me different ways to do things other than just watching my videos, which may take a few more weeks to come out. So this is just kind of a win for me and hopefully a win for you. So let's get right into it. The first thing I would like to ask is I have made this. This was a blade I made, I think last year, and it really is a beast, but I made it out of some kind of crappy steel, and it, with steel, you have to have a certain amount of carbon into it to make it a decent knife blade. Oh my god. So this did not have enough carbon in it. That is why I just left it like this and didn't finish it. But since I just recently finished up my forge, I am able to carburize it, which adds more steel, more carbon actually, into the steel, which makes it a good blade. So this is the blade. And it was a lot like Slavik Teli, Slavik space Tely. He made a blade that was a lot like this, and so I thought it looked really good. This is it. Right now it's kind of crappy because I didn't take off too much of the forge scale. But should I finish this? That's what I'm saying. Should I finish this? Just leave it in the comments whether you think I should or not. So there's that. And right now, this is my project. It is a file knife. I don't know if you can see the teeth on that. And so this is a file knife. My first knife from a file. And this is going to be a camp knife that I will take on a camping trip to test it. So yeah, if there's any ways that you think I could do this quicker or stuff like that, let me know. So no, I can't do anything. Alright, so right now, kind of grinding in the bevel, or at least trying to, if I can find the right thing. Alright, so and you always gotta have a respirator. So, and right now I am using just these little masks. You can pick these up at your hardware store. These have a valve on them, so they work a little bit better, but you really have to wear these so, because you can't fix it. Like if you get a cut, you can fix that. Can't fix your lungs. Well, you can, but it's a lot harder. Same with eyes. So right then I was just kind of grinding in some of the bevel. This is really hard, so it'll just take a long time. But I don't know if you can see, but on this, I've grinded off most of the file teeth. On this side, I haven't. And the design of this knife, I don't really want the file teeth in there. With a different design I might, but this I don't. So I'm just gonna grind them off. So I'm squaring off my table right now on my belt sander. So all you do, set up a square. And voila. So this is more square, so I get a straight line. I was using this, but I had my table tilted. The other way to grind a bevel in is to, see these screws here? When you set that down, when it doesn't have the screws in, it lays flat and square. Flat and square, right? But when you have these screws in, changes the angle. So then you're grinding, and that gives you your angle. You should have it on this side, but I was just using it as a square piece. I would use angle iron or something else, but I didn't have access to that, so I just used a piece of wood and I squared it off on the disc sander. So Yeah, let's get to it. Did it. So, these marks here, that was when I tried to widen this out, and I did a little bit. That was enough to get my design on there. So, this I'm not too worried about if these do stay on the final product. I'll call it character, but it doesn't bother me too much because I feel like the bevel will go up past that and get rid of those. So, switching this around. And if you're wondering, I left the teeth back here. Now, I did that on purpose. I didn't just not want to do the whole thing. I did that on purpose. Because when you glue something, it expands. The glue expands. That's how it actually holds. So, it works kind of like friction. If you have, the more dinks and divots you have, the better of a hold it will have because it fills in those little dinks and divots. So, I'm leaving those in there for a better glue hold. And yeah. So, onto the other side. Not that side. This side. Sanding all of this off. Takes a lot longer than you would expect. Where are my glasses? Oh, okay. And I'm just gonna do this without the jig now. maybe half an hour. That is an old belt, I'll tell you that. It is very old. Belt. Yeah. Camera angles. Putting a fresh new belt on it. Should speed up this process by about 20 times. Oh my god. Looks like I've got sandpaper. Now, would you look at that? Look at that. Fresh, new belt, unused. This is gonna be great. Let's go right here. Un momento. And I'm back. A lot better. So, as you can see, that did a whole lot better. There are still a few, but I think I'll take care of that another time. So, again, back to grinding the bevel. So, some people, actually a lot of people, they will, instead of tilting their table, they'll make one of these jigs. But with my table, it's got all these grooves. And these grooves are pretty deep. And I get, yeah, it's useful, but not for what I'm doing. So, I've found that instead of having to deal with these screws getting caught in here and coming off, I've found that the angle of my table is just enough to make a good bevel. So I'm gonna set you guys. So I just tilt it all the way back, lock it there, and then it's tilted, but at a beveling angle. So I don't know exactly what the angle is. I feel like it's maybe 5, 10 degrees. Ooh, that's hot. I'm gonna go cool this down. And I think that'll end it for today. Tune in. Oh no, I think I might do one tomorrow. Depends on what feedback we get from this video. So, if you like this, give it a thumbs up, and maybe I'll do more of them. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get the finished products. And it really helps me out a lot. So, share it. Should I finish this knife? And subscribe.